Good evening. Welcome along to an absolutely massive night in the Scottish Premiership. Because Celtic's failure to win midweek means that, medically speaking, this title race just got given a very big shot in the arm. So now it's over to Derek McInnes's men to exert some real pressure on the reigning champions. They're up against the Hearts team on doctor's orders, but they're fit and well, so these Dons will need to be in rude health.
And a looping header by Kenny McLean! Just the start the Dons wanted. Here's Adam Ryder! Finished off by Niles again. It's the best start to a season ever by an Aberdeen side. Aberdeen have turned it on its head.
No room for error. It's a night for capital gains. Aberdeen know they can afford no more slip-ups in the race for the title, so this is a big game at Tynecastle, live on BT Sports, with kick-off just under half an hour away. And this place is going to be absolutely buzzing tonight evening. It really is something special under the floodlights in Edinburgh. And we've got a man who knows all about Aberdeen only too well, who'd love to be on the pitch tonight. Adam Rooney, their top scorer with 19 goals this season, joins us. Good to see you. I know you'd rather be out there. Let's start with the prognosis then. How close are you to getting back?
Hopefully not too far away now. It's been a long 6 weeks, but getting to the stage of kicking a ball, and hopefully after that it's not too far away.
And the team, well, they must be absolutely loving life right now. Great win for you last weekend in front of our cameras. And then what happened to Celtic midweek as well? It must give everyone a real boost in the title race.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously last week was a great performance. We kind of blew Hammond away in the first 20 minutes. Obviously midweek then Celtic dropping points gives us a lift and makes for a massive game tonight. If we can take 3 points tonight, put serious pressure on them tomorrow at a big game against Motherwell.
And I have noted this season that not too many in the dressing room have been talking up the title chances, but it seems to be quite clear from the manager now. He's saying this is your chance, you have to take it.
Well, it's coming to that stage of the season. We've only 6 games to go, so if we win tonight, it's put serious pressure on Celtic. Only 2 points in it then tomorrow morning, and you'll never know where we can go after that. It's going to go into a good, exciting split. OK,
thank you very much for now. There'll be a few more familiar faces out here with us in just a minute, but let's hand over to Ailey Barber now for the team news and maybe a health update as well.
Yes, Darryl, it's been a difficult week for Hearts health-wise. A bout of gastroenteritis hit the squad. The players returning from Scotland under 21 duty, the ones getting the blame for that. They then had their match on Tuesday night against Inverness postponed, with 16 players unwell, including both goalkeepers. So the question is, who is fit to start tonight? The answer, pretty much everyone. Just one enforced change from Robbie Neilson after their defeat at Celtic. Juwon Oshaniwa is replaced by Augustine. There's no place in the matchday squad though for Callum Patterson or Don Cowie, who are both hoping to make returns from injury. Just one change as well for Derek McInnes after their comfortable 3-0 win over Hamilton. Craig Story replacing Willow Flood. Ash Taylor, who injured a thigh in that match, is fit and retains his place. It's a big one for both sides under the Tynecastle lights. Those are the teams, and I'll have a quick word with both managers ahead of kick-off.
Ailey, thank you very much indeed. I can tell you we are well stocked out here tonight, joining Adam and I. Michael Stewart, the former Hearts captain's here, alongside Stephen Craigan and Chris Sutton. There's a real excitement about this match as well, but it's going to be interesting, Michael, to see actually what Hearts can produce. And I guess there's a factor in there. They're not sure themselves. The players will probably only know how good they're feeling when they actually start this match.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the atmosphere inside the ground will have a lot to play in the game as well. I think that the adrenaline building up to the match will let the players play freely for the first wee while, but it's as the game wears on is going to be a telling issue in it, and whether the Hearts players are going to be able to maintain that level of energy for 90 minutes. And also the big thing is, if Hearts can get their noses in front, that may well help them and the crowd continue to support them.
As they did here in January in that cup game. As for Aberdeen though, Chris, they just need to put that to one side and forget about Hearts, because this is an enormous night for them, especially given what happened to Celtic again midweek. I mean, points being dropped once more.
This is bigger than enormous, Darryl, isn't it? It's a must-win.
What's bigger than enormous?
Ginormous, but of course it's must-win. the fact of the matter is, this is a Celtic team who it wouldn't surprise me if they stuttered, but Aberdeen have to take advantage tonight. A win would here at help and crank up the pressure on Celtic tomorrow.
In fairness, Aberdeen, we saw them a few days ago. They were very impressive.
Well, I think the most important thing from Derek McInnes will be that there was no tension, there was no nerves in their performance last Sunday against Hamilton. Darryl, I thought they were dominant. They had a real positive mindset. I know Hamilton were poor on the day, but Aberdeen went after them. That showed real intent. They believe they can win the title. Celtic dropping points during the week, coupled with Aberdeen's performance last Sunday, has made me really believe that Aberdeen could win this title.
Adam, there's been some questions about sustainability for you this season, because when Celtic have slipped up, you've not always responded. What do you put that down to? Is it as simple as pressure, big matches?
No, I don't think so. I think we've been labelled bottlers quite a number of times this season by a number of folk, but we don't pay too much attention to that. I think you see we're progressing every year. Again, this year we're on course to beat last season's total, and all we can do is keep improving, and hopefully we can catch Celtic.
Do you think, Adam, you've missed a trick this season though with Celtic, the inconsistency they've shown? If I was an Aberdeen player, you look down south at Leicester, the shock of the English Premier League. Do you think, as Aberdeen players, you think that you could have done more this season?
No, I don't think so. I think we've shown a great level of performance this year. We started the season 8 unbeaten, then we had a bit of a stutter, and I think we went 12 or 13 unbeaten. That's great form for any team. So we've shown good form throughout the season. Unfortunately for us, we haven't capitalised at different times, but we have another chance again tonight now to put more pressure.
I think there's been a couple of games obviously where it's been highlighted of there's a wee opening and Aberdeen maybe haven't taken it, but I would agree with Adam there that when you look across the course of the season, you cannot say anything other than give huge credit to Aberdeen, because they have been hugely consistent.
Yeah, but I think even the last two seasons, last season was a record points total. This season they're on course to beat that total.
Yeah, they'll never get a better... What I'm saying is I don't think Aberdeen will ever get a better chance. And as a former player, I have to say, Aberdeen have had a good season. But it's not about beating your points tally. It's about winning things when you're a footballer.
But it's good showed the resilience as well, though, haven't they? With injuries.
Yeah.
Johnny Hayes was out 2 weeks.
Still be good. Well, maybe they're just slightly short.
Reach for the stars.
Yeah, but maybe they're just a player too short. Derek may think of it a bit stronger here, a bit stronger there. So, but with regards to the squad that he has, I mean, they've done great over the last 2 seasons.
Craigs, it's about maximising what you've got. And exactly. I would agree with Craigs that I think you can't ask any more than Aberdeen. No. And by the way, they're still right in the mix here.
Of course they are.
The only criticism I would give Aberdeen is that crazy autumn that they had, where there was a real consistent run of bad results. That's the one that the potential look back at the end of the season and say, if only.
Yeah, and I think Aberdeen have dropped something like 12 points from winning positions. There are fine margins. I just think it wouldn't have been such a difference for them to make up this year. It's there for them. It still is there for Aberdeen. But I just think, as an ex-player, missed a trick this season.
I said enormous. You said ginormous. There's someone in the local press this week up north who said it's the biggest game in 25 years for the club.
I think it's a massive game, definitely. If we want to continue on the way we've been going and really push for it this season, then it's kind of a must-win tonight. There's obviously games to go after this. Celtic can drop points, but for us, we need the 3 points tonight.
OK, let's hear from your manager now ahead of kick-off, Derek McInnes, who has such a good season for Aberdeen. They're chasing a new points total, as the guys have just said. Just need 8 more to eclipse last year's total of 75 now, and that'd be an achievement. Here he is with Ailey.
There's been a lot of hype about this game in the build-up to it. How much do you look at tonight as a potential season-defining moment for your team?
Well, I think it's an important game. I think it's as important as the Hamilton game last week. At this stage of the season, we've said it often enough for the last wee while, we don't have a lot of room for error for us to meet the targets we set for ourselves. So we want to try and keep winning, try to keep close to Celtic as much as we can. Some challenges are more difficult than others. There's always an opponent trying to stop you, and tonight brings us a big challenge because you're playing a team who are in the rounds in the league, which always makes it that wee bit more tasty, and I think that's why he's picked a great game. They'll be sold out tonight, and I think there's been a lot made of it. But it's a good game.
Hearts have had their illness problems this week. You experienced that a few weeks back at Motherwell. How do you ensure no complacency creeps into the mindset coming into this?
No, well, I think everything coming out of Hearts, even Monday, Tuesday, we're saying this game is definitely on, so they were always confident, even though they're riddled with illness, this game was going to be on. So no, we're comfortable with that. So we played well at Motherwell a few weeks back, up until the 72nd minute. So the performance was good. So our focus is on ourselves. There's a dangerous opponent ahead of us tonight, but we feel we're good enough to win the game, and hopefully we're going to show that.
Thanks, Derek. All the best.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks.
Well, we can get an insight inside the dressing room here. What's your manager been like this season, especially in the midst of this title race? Do you see the emotional highs and lows of him?
Yeah, like any manager, when you're doing well, he wants to win, he's up there. But when you're down, he's not one to really criticise the lads. He just wants to pick everything up and he wants to stay focused. That's all he is, focused on with every game. It's always the next game. You want to win. It's never look too far ahead of yourself. I know he goes on in the media a lot about focusing on the next game, and people always question, is it that really the attitude? But it is for him. It's just taking each game as it comes.
And Michael, obviously they want a good start tonight. The manager's made that clear. When they came here earlier this season, they were 3 up inside the first half. They won well. In the last couple of meetings, especially the last one in the cup that you saw here, didn't start well and they found it difficult.
No, you're right. I think the start of the game between these two clubs has been very important of late. You were quite right that the first game in the league here, Aberdeen blew Hearts away in the first half and Hearts couldn't cope with them. But then the return leg, well, in the cup at Tynecastle here, Hearts made sure right from the off they were not going to give Aberdeen any inclination that they were going to get into the game. So I think tonight it'll be important to start, very important.
And in the last couple of meetings as well, there's been a physical edge to the match. I think a few complaints from some of the Aberdeen side of things. How physical Hearts have been, maybe that could be a factor again, Stephen?
Tynecastle's always a difficult place to come to. You know, I look at Craig Levine when he was manager here, and I look at Robbie's team, and it kind of mirrors Craig's side. They're physically strong. You know, they put balls in the box. They've got a huge back four tonight. It's maybe the slight weakness Aberdeen have over Hearts tonight. They're maybe a little bit smaller, not as physical in presence, but certainly with regards to playing the ball, Aberdeen certainly up there. So I expect a lot of balls in the box, a lot of set plays. Can Aberdeen cope?
Set pieces will be crucial. You've been in a few battles here down your years.
Yeah, 1 or 2. But set pieces are important in any game of football. If I've got a worry for Hearts, it's in the full-back areas. The Aberdeen wingers, McGinn and Hayes, scintillating, and I think they'll get exposed that wise. Personally, I think Aberdeen will win the game. They'll have too much for them, and they'll put the pressure on Celtic tomorrow.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. The rain is just about holding off for us as we speak. Coming up next, we'll hear from the Hearts head coach, Robbie Neilson. He's endured not the best of weeks, lost a couple of days of training, that illness in the camp, 17 players affected. They're on the mend though, they're well on the way for this match, up for the fight tonight. More build-up comes next. Welcome back. We're live from Tynecastle tonight ahead of a crucial Premiership matchup. It's 3rd v 2nd. Hearts playing host to Aberdeen in front of a sellout. It's must win for the visitors. The Aberdeen fans arriving in expectation. Here's the team news headlines then. Hearts have made 1 change. Blase Augustine comes into what looks like a back 4. Juwon Oshiniwa suspended. And Neil Alexander's fit, healthy, ready to go after the goalkeeper problems they suffered midweek. 17 players were ill, gastroenteritis. Aberdeen have made 1 change this evening. Scotland under-21 international Craig Storey is in for the experienced Willow Flood, who's on the bench. And Simon Church leads the line again. He has netted 5 times already since joining the club on loan. Plenty still to discuss ahead of kick-off. We'll talk to all of the guys in just a minute, but time to check in with the Hearts head coach Robbie Neilson now. He's looking for a big 3 points. The Jambos have not given up hope on a 2nd place finish yet. Here's Robbie Neilson with Ailey.
Robbie, you managed to get a training session this week finally yesterday. How fit is everyone and how high are their energy levels coming into this game tonight?
Yeah, everyone should be fine. You know, we had obviously a difficult week with illness that was going through the camp, but you know, I think they could probably have done with a couple of days off anyway. It's been a hard season. I think they will be ready for tonight.
You've managed to name pretty much the same team as last week, but no Callum Patterson, no Don Cowie. How close were they to making it?
Yeah, the 2 of them possibly could have made it, but we just felt it wasn't quite right for them. You know, we've still got a lot of big games to come, and we felt if we pushed them too hard they might break down during the game, so it wasn't to be for tonight.
A lot of focus going into this game is what it might mean for Aberdeen in terms of their season, but a lot to play for you as well. How do you look at tonight's game and what it could mean for Hearts and what you're trying to achieve this season?
I think it's a really important game for both teams. You know, both have to get 3 points. We have to try and stay next to Aberdeen. They're trying to stay next to Celtic, so you'll see 2 teams that are going gung-ho today to get 3 points.
All the best, Robbie. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a strange couple of results for Hearts. The last 2 games conceded 3 goals in each match. And Michael, I'm guessing they didn't really see that coming, because before that, 4 straight victories, 4 straight clean sheets.
Yeah, well, I think you talk about a couple of strange results, but you know, discount the Celtic Park result because you know that can happen. And also, they performed very well at Celtic Park, especially in the first half.
St Johnstone one then here.
That's the one. I was just going to say that definitely getting beat 3-0 at home against St Johnstone. That did come out of the blue because, as you said, they were on a good run before. We weren't conceding a lot of goals, so that certainly was out of the blue. and they'll have to make sure tonight, and I spoke about it just before there, they'll start well, and also they've got to make sure that back four in place today, they've got to make sure they're not conceding, because that's the bedrock of any real good result. You don't give much away at the back, and the Hearts they've got to make sure they don't do that.
They've also not been scoring quite so freely in recent times. When you look what they were doing earlier on in this season, Wanma's not scored in 8 games since Osman Sow left. In fact, you wonder if he's missing a bit of support, but this man, Jamie Walker, has really chipped in with goals.
Well, considering he missed 3 months, you know, he missed November, December and January through injury. It took him 3 or 4 goals to settle. But I think since then, he's shown his class. You know, he's the one player on the Hearts side who the opposition will look at and think, he's somebody who can cause us problems. You know, that's a goal out of the top drawer. Good first touch. I like his movement off the left-hand side. He can play anywhere across the front line. And when he gets the ball at his feet, you just sense something's going to happen. You know, Mike, he's one of those players we think he can just ignite a game.
Yeah. So I think that, you know, last week when he picked up an injury and had to go off, they really missed him because he was given the penetration. You see in a lot of these here, he's not just, you know, happy to pick the ball up and stand behind. He's willing to run beyond as well. And I think sounding as if he might be playing up top alongside Wanma tonight, and that's going to be vital to give the penetration for Hearts.
Clearly a man for your team to watch then, if that's the case, if they're going the 2 up top.
Yeah, definitely. I think the lads have to be wary. We know there's a lot of traits in the Hearts side, though. The lads will be well prepped, and the gaffer will be prepared for any kind of sort of formation that's thrown at us tonight. But I'm sure the main thing for us tonight is going forward, and I think if we attack like we can, then we'll push them back and hopefully limit the chances to Walker.
You've got plenty of attacking threats, we know about that. We saw you last weekend. Johnny Hayes was absolutely fantastic in that match against Hamilton in particular, wasn't he, Stephen?
Well, you know, I think Chris has already used the word scintillating. You know, that's exactly what Johnny Hayes is. You know,
few
on
big
his
words
game
been
at the minute,
thrown around tonight.
Yeah, you know, Adam said in training he's been absolutely sensational. You know, he's ripping it up. He's made his Republic of Ireland debut, and that's based on his performances for Aberdeen. And you know, this is what Adam will love: playing with someone in a wide area who can put the ball into a good area. You know, how often do we see players getting into these kind of areas, slashing the balls, miss-hitting crosses? Johnny Hayes is bang on his game, and again, another player who the opposition will fear when he's in possession.
You see the thing with Johnny Hayes as well, in these clips, the first cross there for Adams with his right foot, this one here against Hamilton, his right foot as well. He's predominantly left-footed, but he's got the composure in those areas to get good delivery, and it is a huge plus for Aberdeen.
Player of the year potential for you?
Oh, he's definitely going to be in there with a shout, there's no doubt.
He's been excellent for us, and even especially since he's got a cap for Aura and a couple of caps, he's come back in training this week. He's been absolutely ridiculous. He's been tearing it up, and he's looked on for us, so hopefully he can repeat that again tonight.
And obviously your team needed someone to chip in with goals while you've been out injured, and you've been out for a little while now, so Simon Church has really stepped up. 5 goals in 9 appearances for the club. He's made a big impact, hasn't he, Adam?
Yeah, he's come in and straight away he made an impact, I think, in the Celtic game. He got his goal early on.
They can play together.
We had a good partnership going. I got Sean at left wing, he went through the middle. I used me pace, but no, he's been excellent. He scored quite a few headers for us, actually. I think, and to be fair, any striker that comes in, as you say, when you have to deliver to Hayes and McGinn from the wings, you're always going to get chances, and thankfully he's in the right place at the right time.
He's very similar to Adam, isn't he? You know, let's be honest, Adam gets a lot of his goals within 6-7 yards from goals, getting across defenders, getting in between defenders, as you see here. You know, that's the Johnny Hayes cross again, but I always think the mark of a good centre forward is his anticipation, particularly where the ball's going to go, putting yourself into that area to get goals. Adam does it, and he's a great replacement.
I think you can gamble like that, though, when you have the lads like we have there. You know the ball's going to come in from either side, whether it's Johnny out there, whether it's Kenny McLean, even Sheeny and Shay Logan put a lot of balls in the box, and it just allows you to gamble that much earlier and get across defenders.
Give us a wee feel for your pre-match routine right now then. Will Derek McInnes have said all he's got to say to the team, or will he get them in there one more time and say a few more rousing words perhaps?
I think he would have went over the tactical side of it already, probably at the hotel earlier on, and had a chat and what the game plan is, but now I don't think there's too much to be said. I think the lads know themselves, it's a big game and they'll have to look after themselves out there. The gaffer can't say too much at this stage.
OK, gents, thanks very much. This is a match we are all really looking forward to here. There is something about this venue, under the lights, on a Friday night. This one could be very lively indeed. A vital match in the Premiership is on the way next.